participants, welcome back to the Game Dev Arena. We're on day 10 now, and yesterday we managed to get establish the locations, kind of pending, but we'll see what happens. But establish the locations for each elemental waterfall that I plan on implementing in the game. So we got a grand overview of the whole arena with each little waterfall representing the rectangle that you see. Like I said, they're going to be 5 different elements. You got fire, water, rock, wood, and electricity. So those are the resources that are going to be gathered with the game. That's part of the mechanics that I'm working on is resource gathering, and the other part being PvP and PvE. So this is what we did yesterday. Today I'm going to work on getting a placeholder art on each side for bases, and then we will kind of go from there. Probably start working on the walkway for the players to go. So let's get some quick placeholder art for the bases. And alright, let's exit draw mode so we can add a new grease pencil object. We can save that so they don't show up in the rendered view. Alright, grease pencil blank. Alright, let's see, this was 128 by 256. So you kind of see that I have the numbers here. It's just so because I switch the resolution size basically per grease pencil asset that I put in. So I've put the title of said object with its resolution dimensions, so that way I know exactly what to change these dimensions to. So that's why you see that. Alright, so the bases, we're going to need to make them a little bit on the bigger side. So let's see. If I do 256 plus 128, 380, we'll try 381 by 381 to start out and see how that looks compared to the player. Because I want it big, but not crazy big. Alright. Base. We'll say, yeah, base is fine. Because there's nothing else that's going to be called base. So we're going to do 381 by 381. And just to start out, we're going to start with, let's see, what color should we make it? Well, we already have green, so let's make bases. Let's go a little darker. Closer. Not sure what color that is, but we'll go with it. We'll just make it a fill, because that's just, this is not going to be the final asset. It's just going to be the current fill-in for right now. Let's see, then now we won't make it the full size. Okay, well that didn't work. Try that again. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, you know why? I know why. Because that needs to be 60. Yep, there we go. Just a thing of the camera is all. Alright, we don't need the canvas because we're not doing a tile sheet. This is just one simple sprite. There we go. basically what happened is at 0, the camera isn't seeing the sprite, so I had to rotate it on the x-axis to get it to be within the camera bounds. So there we go. Render that. Go image, save it. Let's see, make a new folder, call it base, PNG, base. Save that. Save my Blender project so I don't lose anything, because I've already been burned once with that, and that's not happening again. Alright. We're gonna rename this. Let's call it buildings. Or buildings. Because the waterfalls technically aren't buildings. Structures. Waterfall can be considered a structure, right? We'll go with that. Alright. We're gonna put it in the main part of the environment folder. Alright, so that way it's there. This way I can just add the base into there, properly labeled asset, so I don't confuse it or think it's someplace else. So we're going to change the falls collection to also structures collection. This way it's easier to keep all the similar assets together. Now this one we can call base. Add a sprite into base. And then all we gotta do is use our structure atlas, navigate to base, and since we added it in this collection here, in our main, it's already there. So let's move it, because the idea is to get it into there. A little bit down. Let's try to make it almost exactly in the middle. That's about good. Alright, so save that. Let's open up the project in game view and let's see how it looks. Okay, and then we can click over here and we'll say, so right now we got the grand view and player view, which is what I'm going to show up next. You'll see basically how you would see the game. So with point 1 for the orthographic view, basically he's doing a grand overview, and then at 1 is the normal game view that you would see. So let's go to 1. So at the zoom for the orthographic for 1, this is basically, I think, how I'm going to keep the size for the game. So we can go, we can click over. So I think that's a pretty decent size for a base compared to the player. So I think I'm going to stick with that size. So now I got that in place. Next thing I'll end up doing is roads, but I'm going to do that off camera, and we will see that shown tomorrow when I show you another overview. But that's what I got for the base right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here and work on the roads, because that's gonna take a lot more time, and I'm trying to keep these daily updates as short as possible, but with as much information as possible, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. Thank you for watching day 10. And I'm going to continue working on the walkways, the pathways, the walking paths for the players in the arena here, and see how everything goes tomorrow. Uh, Essentially, with the walking path, my idea is whatever color the grass texture is, I'm going to make it just a little bit lighter so that way the player knows, okay, they can walk here versus where they're not able to walk. So I want to try to make it to where they can't just walk clear across the screen with no like interruptions or anything like that. So we're gonna see if we can create some walking paths and get eventually get trees and other things that'll block paths so that way players have a designated way to run or move amongst the arena. But for right now, we got the base established. Essentially, the other base would be on the other side, but that's more programming for said. We can put it in now. Why not? Because the bases are going to be the same either way. It'll just be how players spawn. So we'll just copy, paste, so we got another one, and we'll move it over. Wow, I got that almost perfect. Move it a little bit this way. Looks about even, would you say? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll say that's even for right now. Alright, so we got our two bases. We got points of interest within the arena, two bases, arena walls, and all that good stuff. So we're going to keep trucking along, but for now, that's what I wanted to get done at least this morning. I'm going to work on the walking paths with a lighter green texture to highlight where the players are able to move, and then start thinking up how to create like trees or something that can block the player from preventing the player of just going clear across the level just to straight to the base. They actually have to go roundabout in some sort of fashion. So we'll see what I come up with and kind of go from there. But for now, that's what I wanted to get done at least this morning on camera, and we'll work more with things off camera. You'll see a little update. We'll get some more things done tomorrow, and we'll just keep trucking along until the end of this month. But with that, it's game over.